As the years pass, it's surprising how everyday movements we once did without thinking suddenly feel different. Tasks that used to be automatic, stepping off a curb, walking across a shiny floor, turning quickly to answer someone, now come with a tiny moment of hesitation. Not because we're fragile, and not because we're incapable, but because experience teaches us to respect our bodies in a new way. Today, I want to walk you through 7 walking habits that can make you feel steadier, safer, and more connected to your body with every step you take. These insights come from physical therapists, mobility coaches, and aging well specialists who dedicate their lives to helping older adults move with confidence. Before we jump in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Your state, your city, your country? Drop it in the comments. And if you've learned any little tricks that help you feel more stable at home or outdoors, share them too. Someone out there might read your comment and feel helped by it. All right, let's start with the first habit.
1. Lifting your gaze, the quiet posture shift that changes everything. One of the most common habits people develop over time is walking with their eyes glued to the ground. It feels like the smart thing to do. After all, you want to avoid obstacles, spot uneven surfaces, and stay aware of what you're stepping on. But here's the twist. Constantly looking down does the opposite of what you intend. When the head tilts forward for long periods, the shoulders follow, then the spine rounds, then the hips lean. Without realizing it, your entire body becomes slightly off balance, like a stack of books starting to lean. Your head is surprisingly heavy, about 10 to 12 pounds, and when it angles downward, that weight pulls everything else along with it. Physical therapists often teach something called the forward focus technique. It simply means keep your eyes looking ahead most of the time, only glance down occasionally when needed. Let your neck stay long and natural, lift your chin slightly so your posture can support you. Think of your head as your internal compass. Where it faces, your whole body follows. When it stays upright, your balance improves, your steps feel more secure, and your brain gets better information about the space around you. Try this the next time you're walking. Focus your eyes on a spot about 10 to 15 feet in front of you. Notice how your chest opens and your shoulders naturally relax backward. Even your breathing becomes easier. This tiny shift alone can completely transform how steady you feel.
2. Rediscovering arm flow, your natural stabilizers. A lot of people don't realize how important the arms are when we walk. Somewhere along the way, maybe due to stiffness, carrying things, or the fear of losing balance, many older adults gradually stopped swinging their arms. When the arms stop moving, the upper body stiffens. And when the upper body stiffens, the entire walking pattern becomes rigid and less balanced. Walking isn't just a lower body activity. It's a full body rhythm. Your natural walking pattern is a coordinated dance. Right leg steps, left arm moves forward. Left leg steps, right arm moves forward. This cross-body movement is what keeps you steady, especially when turning or walking on uneven ground. If that movement has faded over time, the good news is you can bring it back. Try this. Let your elbows hang comfortably. Imagine your arms are gently swinging like pendulums. Don't force it. Let the movement follow your steps. If one arm feels stiffer, focus on the one that moves easily. Some people like counting with their steps. 1, 2, 1, 2. Not for speed, just for rhythm. Others practice marching slowly in place with the kitchen counter lightly in reach. Just that little practice reconnects your upper and lower body again. As your arms start moving more naturally, you'll feel something surprising. Your steps begin to feel lighter, smoother, and more confident.
4. Shorter steps, the secret to staying centered. This habit may sound too simple to matter, but it is one of the most powerful changes you can make. Long strides, the kind many of us took in our younger years, can throw off balance, especially when the foot lands too far ahead of the body. When the foot reaches too far, the center of gravity shifts backward, leaving you less stable if something unexpected happens. Shorter steps keep everything closer to your center. They give you better control, quicker reactions, smoother transitions, fewer toe catches, less strain on the knees and hips. This doesn't make you slower, it makes you safer and more efficient. If you use a cane or walker, shorter steps are even more important. They help your body and your mobility device work together rather than pulling you forward or off balance. Here's a simple test. Walk for 10 seconds at your usual stride and count your steps. Then repeat with slightly shorter steps. If the number goes up, that means your stride became shorter and likely safer. Take this habit outdoors, into your kitchen, through the hallway, anywhere. Your steps will feel more controlled and your chances of tripping drop instantly.
5. Strengthening the core, the quiet engine of stability. Balance doesn't start in the legs. It starts in the center of the body, the core. When people hear core, they think of intense workouts or gym routines, but that's not what we're talking about here. For older adults, core strength simply means having enough stability in your stomach, lower back, and hips to hold yourself upright and move without feeling wobbly. A strong core improves posture, keeps your spine aligned, reduces the chances of stumbling, makes turning easier, decreases dependence on walls or furniture for support. And the best part? You don't need gym equipment. You don't need to lie on the floor. You don't need to break a sweat. Try these gentle core strengthening habits. Mini balance lift. Stand near a firm surface. Lift one foot an inch off the ground. Hold for 4 to 5 seconds. Switch sides. You'll feel your core working instantly. Sink side core activation. While brushing your teeth or washing dishes, gently tighten your belly muscles. Not a strong squeeze, just enough to feel them engage. Hold for a few seconds, relax, and repeat. These micro movements done throughout the day strengthen the muscles that keep you stable. Over time, you'll notice that standing up feels easier, walking feels lighter, and your body feels more grounded.
6. Floor awareness. Paying attention to transitions. One of the sneakiest causes of slips and stumbles is something most people never think about: the difference in floor surfaces. It's the tiny transitions that catch people off guard. Tile to hardwood, carpet to tile, shadows that hide edges, glossy floors that distort depth, slightly damp areas that look dry, darker rooms after bright sunlight. As we age, our depth perception and response time slow just a touch, which is perfectly normal, but it means the brain needs an extra beat to understand what the feet are about to step onto. Here's a technique experts often teach: name the floor. Seriously, when you step on a rug, quietly think rug. Approaching stairs, think step down. Entering a bathroom, think tile. This tiny mental cue gives your brain a moment to adjust. That split-second awareness can prevent slips more effectively than you expect. Also, take a short pause when moving from bright to dim areas. Let the eyes adjust before taking the next step. If you wear bifocals, be especially mindful when looking downward because the lower part of the lens can slightly distort depth. It's perfectly okay to tilt your head or briefly stop to reset your vision. These habits don't require effort, just awareness, and they dramatically reduce the chance of unexpected stumbles.
7. Footwear that grounds you. Support starting from the floor up. Shoes are often overlooked, but they play a bigger role in balance than most people realize. Many older adults choose footwear based on comfort alone, which is important, but comfort without support can create its own problems. The wrong shoes can slide on smooth floors, fail to support the ankles, encourage shuffling, increase fatigue, distort posture, and make balance harder. Good footwear, on the other hand, acts like a foundation. Firm, supportive soles, non-slip bottoms, closed heel and toe, a secure fit, and a design that stays on the foot without effort. Even at home, supportive shoes matter. Walking barefoot or in loose slippers feels relaxing, but it increases the risk of slipping, especially on polished or tiled floors. A quick assessment. Pick up your current shoes and check. Are the soles worn down? Does the shoe bend in the middle too easily? Do you slide when you walk across tile? Do your heels lift out when you step? If so, it may be time for a safer pair. Not fancy or expensive, just supportive and stable. Your feet carry you through life. The least they deserve is proper support.
A final message. You have more control than you think. There's something people don't talk about enough. The emotional side of balance. The fear of falling is real. The worry of losing independence is real. The hesitation before taking a step is real, even if you don't say it out loud. But here's the truth. You have far more influence over your safety, strength, and stability than you may realize. These 7 habits aren't dramatic changes. They're gentle shifts that fit naturally into daily life. Lifting your gaze. Allowing your arms to swing. Walking heel to toe. Taking smaller steps. Strengthening your core. Paying attention to floor transitions. Wearing supportive footwear. You can start any of these right now, wherever you are. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which habit stood out to you the most today? Was there something you hadn't thought about before? Tell me in the comments. I truly do read them. And if this video gave you even one helpful idea, please take a moment to like, subscribe, or share it with someone who might benefit. You never know whose day you might brighten with a simple reminder. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Be gentle with yourself. Move with awareness. Step with purpose. And remember, you're not slowing down. You're walking forward with more wisdom than ever before.